Good morning, welcome to Something Saturday. So today I thought I would show you this really cute little card that I have made up for my swaps for on stage, which I should be, as I speak, currently at. It's using the new Cutest Crew dies and stamp set. Aren't they so cute? I just love the fact that you've got, oh, actually I left it in the other room, drat it. So you've actually got dies that cut these out, and then you've got little individual dies that cut some of these out. So you've got that one, and that one that get cut out. And then you've got that one, and I think it's that one that also get cut out, and the birds get cut out too. You've actually got all three birds. Yes, you've got all three birds. And then it will also cut out as a collective on each one of those. And no, I don't think it cuts out that. I can't remember what else it cuts. Okay, no, so it just does those ones, and then you've got these other two, which are that one there, and then this one that I've already pre-cut, so you can see it on the back here. So let's move on to it, shall we? Can't think whether there's anything I needed to tell you this week. So the upcoming craft along class in April, it's the 18th of April. You need to have ordered by the 1st of April if you actually want the kit to create all these cards. So you've got that one that just tucks away like that. You've got this one there. Oh, okay, now that would help if I actually did that the right way up. I really love the way I've managed to do the ribbon on that one. And this one opens up like this, and then this really cool little decorative piece as well. So you get 5 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards and 1 decorative piece as part of that. It is going to be $35 to do that, and it is an online class, so if you purchase the kit you can then just do it at any time that you want to get online and do it. But it will be going live on the 18th of April, so hopefully that all makes sense. Okay, let's move on to this. So what you need is a piece of A5 white cardstock, and then you score it. So you score it at 5 centimeters. So I've actually already pre-scored this, but I'll just quickly show you. I will put the details up on my blog. So 5 centimeters. Then what you do is you take it to 2.5 centimeters, and you only want to score on either side like that, because you don't want to score all the way across, or you're going to be scoring across these. Hopefully you can see that on there. And then the other part is you turn it round, and you can actually do it this way, and you score it at 8 centimeters, which will give you that in half pretty much. So then you've got sort of like your fold of your card like that, plus your little extra bit for the front. Okay, so then let me bring in my stamping, cut and emboss machine, and I will show you how you get this to work. So what we want to do is we want to have it so that we've got part, you can sort of see that it's just standing up like, yikes, like that. Okay, so you want to have part of it cut. So if you put it into the die cutting machine, and you see how you've got your score lines either side, I don't know how well they show up, but you aim to put this so that it, wow, that's gonna do that, so that it's kind of got some of the die cut below the score line and some above the score line. And I've just realized I've got it the wrong way round. There's a reason behind this. And let's just see if we can persuade that to be a bit central-ish. Let's move it up a wee bit. That looks good to me. All right, and then this piece goes over top, and you do it so that you've got your score line here. Where's my score line gone to? Yep, there it is. And you're taking this to the score line pretty much. So let's just move it down a wee bit more. And you're leaving this part so that it's not going to get cut. So let's pop that through. And that's what you end up with, which hopefully is... Oh, no, hang on, I'm going to need this again. So, oh, goodness. Come on. Okay, so I don't need that piece anymore, but I don't know if you can see this, that there is actually this embossed piece going along the top here. So the way that you do that is you have your normal base plate, then you have your extra plate, you have a silicone mat, and then you have the grey plate. So what happens then, this sits on top of here. We want this one to go along the top here, which, there it is. So it's going just below the score line that you've got there. So I've added a little bit of washi tape to it just so that I know where it's going to sit and it won't move on me. And then you run it through. And because it's on the silicone mat, it means it actually doesn't cut it. It just gives you that embossed effect. And voila, like that, embossed effect. Excuse the fact there's actually an extra one. That is entirely my fault, because when I cut and scored the cardstock, I scored it wrong. So, yep, I was kind of hoping that maybe going through the cutting and emboss machine that it would get rid of that line. It hasn't completely, which is a bit of a shame, really, but there you go. So I may end up having to do something else with that. But then the other thing you can do is this one there just flips down. So then you now want to stamp into here. And we bring in the stamping mat. And we bring in these guys. And I used my early espresso ink pad. So we're just going to ink up. And you are going to get my head in this because I have to make sure it's right. Hopefully, that is not too bad at all. There it is. It is actually, yeah, not too bad at all, actually. It did work. So, bonus. Excellent. Right, so the other things I've done with it is I have really lightly coloured in. Oh, we need to stamp our hello. Just a little hello, and that just stamps up there. So we just got a little hello there. I have then used my stamping blends, which I've tucked away at the moment, to colour in just the basic little pieces rather than colouring in too much of it, because I didn't really want to have to colour the dogs in themselves. I kind of figured that was going to be an awful lot of hassle to colour the dogs into. So just use your bone scorer to persuade all of these pieces down. Obviously don't press too much on the nicely embossed piece. And then, so what I've done then is I've actually added a mini dimensional onto each side of this front flap. And then, oh, don't know what that was. A little bit of the Tombow glue, or multi-purpose liquid glue, as Stampin' Up like to call it. And I'm just going to use my finger just to spread that out a little bit. And then if you hold it down for a second or two, and it's kind of cool because it actually comes out a little bit there. So you get that sort of effect that it's popping out a little bit, but it is actually glued into place. And that does mean that then the card doesn't sort of like flatten out, because if you don't glue this part down, I just found that the whole thing sort of went bleh, just like that, bleh. in case you needed to hear it again. And that is not it. Just realised I also stuck that onto the bottom of it. And then that would be it. So, yeah. Just thought I would show you that today. And yeah, that's it. If you're not on my email list, make sure that you get onto it. So hop over to my blog, sign up for my email list, and then I'll be sending you the information about the different classes and things that I'm offering. So this one that I'm doing online using all these different absolutely gorgeous things. So yes, if you want to do that class, then yes, sign up for my email list and you'll get information about it. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you next week, or you will see me next week, or you won't see me because you'll see my hands. You know what I mean. Thanks. Bye.